Hello! It's been a while since I've commentated my own marathon run, but I think I remember the gist of it. So the timer will start when I skip the second cutscene in this, so I will be pausing in a second here. And then I'll be ready for countdown and all that. I'm paused where I should be. So the run will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
You gone too far this time!
This game always starts off the same way for pretty much every single category. The first generally 3 minutes are always the same. So you'll see me cycle through that really quickly. First I shoot Uncle and then I tie up my family because they're infected with the virus. They are zombies now. There's a whole bunch of cutscenes in this game. Some of them can be skipped, some of them cannot, so during those there will be donation reading time and all that. And whenever commentators wish to interject, they may feel free. Right now I'm just on my way to the first technical mission in the game, which will be in Blackwater. On my way there, I will be using the Warhorse steed in my inventory, because this horse that I'm riding right now, we only use it for this one single area. It is really slow.
Let's go.
So strategically turning my camera so that the horse appears right where I need it to, and then screwing up movement a little bit, but it's fine. So the reason we call the horse where we do right there is because the horse that we came into town with actually despawns.
Come on.
So we want this one instead because it is faster and it does not despawn.
Mr. Marston, sir! Marston! It's me!
Come over here, skip this cutscene, and this guy is going to follow us down the alleyway. We don't care. New weapon acquired. We will use it exactly 0 times. At least, not for combat. This is one of the most reset-intensive parts of the game right here. By far the most reset-intensive. I need to count out 6 of these before I get to the first coffin. And right there, that's 6 right there. And then I try to burn the coffin at 8. And if you do that right, it skips the coffin burning cutscene and spawns that guy at the same time. And that's a bit of tech that we use at least 2 more times in the run, or we generally try to. Sometimes things don't work out, it's alright. It's a very small time save in the grand scheme of things. It's one worth going for, but if you miss it, it's fine. So coming out of the graveyard, we're actually on a pretty decent start to the run. 310 graveyard, actually pretty good.
Go.
Now we're gonna head back into town now that we've cleansed the graveyard.
I need help over here!
Sure.
Let's go! Good night, pal.
Yeah.
That fella ain't hiding away like a little girl who's wet herself.
You can start the timer right about now.
I thought we agreed we should stick together.
We're just gonna stay up here.
So, right now I just got done with Blackwater. Pace is still pretty good. I didn't mean for that to happen, though. So, we're gonna ride this pathway down through a town, actually. But we're not going to clear this one. We just ended up clearing Blackwater and saving the survivors there to progress the story. We don't have to do that for too many towns in this game. A lot of them are just completely optional. We visit, we clear them, or we just leave. There are some useful teleports in them, though. And the next town we're going through will actually be for one of those teleports that we use in the run. So as we take the path down here... we're going to cross into Thieves' Landing. And this is actually a new region for us that we're going to spend a lot of time in. At least a quarter of the run is spent in this area. And it's a big area. But as you can see, we're going to ignore that town. We're just gonna head through, and we're going to talk to a guy called Seth. His name is Seth Briers, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. Basically, we're gonna talk to him, skip his cutscene. He tells us to go clear the graveyards. And on our way to do that, we're gonna visit an old friend. But to get there, I'm going to be riding on some railroad tracks, and not much is gonna happen here. There's a lot of time save here if you're good at horse movement. I could be doing a lot better with my horse movement right now, but it could be worse. Dang, no volcanic pistol. That would have been a nice upgrade for duping ammo.
World is gone mad. Now please just stay dead. Let's go.
So this town is very important to us for a brief part of the run. And we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna cleanse it real quick. There's a lot of infected enemies around here. Just clear out the town. There's last. And we just go talk to this lady. Her dad is trapped in this barn right now. And we need to try our best to help him. And speedrunners found that the best way to do that is to climb up here and climb through a window. Normally the game wants us to go through there by climbing up the side of the building and all that. No. There should be no trains to hit the pony.
You were a good man.
If things go well, this horse will be alive for the entire run. And should the worst event happen, we can get that back easy enough. Horse steeds don't expire in this game. You can just keep on using them infinitely. It's actually really nice, the changes they made to horse steeds over the years. Because if we were still on the Xbox One, believe it or not, it would be like a minute between every time we could use them if our horse dies. Ooh. I kind of want to go for that horse, but it would lose time.
Let's go. Come.
So very quickly we will be approaching one of the more interesting parts of the run. There is a cactus that we're going to use as a lineup to jump off of a cliff. And we're going to end up on ground that is just beneath us, but we won't die, and neither will the horse. It's this cactus right here. We go to the right of it, we jump, and we're lined up really well with going to the first graveyard that we have to clear since we got to this region. This one is called Coots Chapel, and in this one we're going to have to clear out about 12 enemies before we burn the last coffin. If we get that number slightly wrong, then we just lose a little bit of time. Because either we'll get the full torch cutscene, or we'll get the lady spawning too early or too late. There's plenty of ways things can go wrong. I wish the horse didn't go that way, but it's fine. It's better the horse be outside the graveyard than inside of it. So now that we've cleared that graveyard, we're not going to come back to it. We're actually going to head to the town closest to us, which will be Armadillo. Because there is a stranger mission that we have to do here. Right now, this town is overrun, and the marshal is missing a couple of his deputies. So we're just gonna go ahead and help him clear out the town a little bit real quick. Might work, you know? Doesn't take too long. Where did this one spawn? Oh, right there.
Come on, easy up now. Whoa.
So, we're going to talk to this guy, and then very quickly skip this cutscene, because that guy, well, he is zombie lunch, and he kinda deserved it. So what I just did right there is I skipped a cutscene by shooting them early. In most cases, in the base game, that would actually break things and cause a mission fail, but in this game, we love shooting things early. It's one of the bread and butter parts of this run. The fewer cutscenes we get, the better. Please don't shoot my horse. Did he hit me? No, I don't think he did. Next up, we're going to tackle Oddfellow's Rest, which will be the third graveyard we tackle in this run, and the second one in this region. So take out my torch. I'm gonna double back. Burn that one real quick.
Consider yourself cured.
Burn this one too. 5. I want to count out about 13 of them here. And so far I'm at 7, 8, 9... and 13! I got that perfectly. That's another thing about trying to get the coffin burn skip. If you get it right, it will not set the coffin on fire, but it will count towards the completion of the graveyard. So not only does that skip a cutscene, it makes the run a little bit safer because you're more likely to get grappled, but you won't be on fire when it happens.
That's one.
Huh?
That's what I've been after.
Weird. Wasn't expecting that to happen. So right there we pick up a desert sage. We actually need to pick 5 of those. And I'll pick my first one early. Find a Springfield rifle on the ground somehow. I'm gonna be honest, chat, I did not know it could spawn there. To date, we have never seen that random event there. That's actually really cool to find out about. Because that gives me another weapon to ammo dupe with. So, the reason I was going that way anyways was I wanted to activate Ridgewood Farms, but not clear the town. And there's a difference between clearing a town and using it to fast travel versus not clearing it and fast traveling to it anyways. When a town is under attack, it will put you outside of the town. And we're actually going to use that to our advantage right here in a second. I'm going to be doing my first reload warp of the run. So we skip this cutscene, I get some more repeater ammo, and then I'm just gonna load my save file real quick. And that's gonna put me right next to the bed. And this is how I'm gonna use fast travel for the whole run. And as you can see, I just got put on the other side of the town that I just visited briefly. And this puts me closer to the next graveyard I need to clear, as well as all of the plants that I need to grab for the guy at Fort Mercer that we just visited. So we're gonna grab the one from right here. And that's Desert Sage number 2. We're gonna come over here, right by these cacti, and I think these are some kind of tree, but I'm not too sure off the top of my head. We're gonna pick this one, and that's gonna be our third Desert Sage. Then we're gonna ride south just a little bit. We're gonna ride up this cliffside. And there's going to be another set of flowers I want.
You little beauty.
There's the 4th Desert Sage I needed.
Come on.
then when I climb down this cliff, I just go over here, and this is the last one.
That's the flower. Come on.
Then I'm just gonna go over and clear this one last graveyard for this region, and then we're gonna go hunt some Sasquatches.
Whoa.
So for this hideout, it's normally ideal to do the counting strategy, but we don't need to do it here. Just gonna pull out my torch, burn these 2 coffins behind here. There are no spawns back here, so it's actually really good to burn them the way I do. And right there, it was completely fine to burn that coffin because there were no spawns active. So that made them spawn quicker.
I'm gonna have the time of my life, sport.
And just like that, that's the last graveyard of this area. Tumbleweed is cleared. So now I'm going to reload my save file again, and this time I'm going to use the bed to travel back to John Marston's house. We're back at Beecher's Hope. I'm gonna call my horse over.
Let's go.
Gonna use a quick survivalist map. These last 20 minutes, so I can activate it basically whenever I want. I just like doing it here because then I remember it.
Let's go.
And right now I'm looking for a bridge tunnel. This one, in fact. So now I know I'm lined up the right way. The next mission that I have to go to is actually over here.
Come on.
Normally you'd want to take horse trails to go this way, but it's actually faster to do a more direct route. The main character of Red Dead Revolver was named Red Harlow. That might be close enough. So, these are going to be the last 5 plants that I end up picking this run.
This looks like the
And these are violet snowdrops. There's the first one. And then I jump my horse down here. Very smooth. Very smooth.
Go.
There's the first Sasquatch I needed to kill.
Whoa,
And we're just gonna go a little bit further north over here because there's 2 more plants that I need. And there's the first one. Excuse me, horse. And there's the second one. Why did that happen again?
that's what I wanted.
So, if y'all are wondering what happened there, I tried to pick the flower, and you have to be right on top of it for it to count. And for some reason, it actually moved me a couple steps ahead of it, so it broke the animation. Nobody is entirely sure why that happens.
There you are.
We just try to avoid it happening if we can. But there's all 5 of the Violet Snowdrop that I needed, so now it's back to Sasquatch hunting.
Come on.
And I think it's right there? Yep. Got him.
Come on.
Save a bit of ammo right there using a shotgun.
Let's go.
That's technically the last time we'll end up using a shotgun in this run. They don't have very good range, so we don't end up using them very much. Because the more you miss, the more shots you end up needing to use. And the more shots you use per kill, the more time you lose.
Come on. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Sasquatch, where are you? I can't believe you would make me climb up this whole mountain. Now that we've found him, we're just gonna climb down this mountain, get rid of that one, and there's one more. But this one we're actually not going to kill. We're going to shoot him, and it's going to start a cutscene. And we're just gonna skip that cutscene. And then we're gonna reload our save file again. And this puts us just outside of our house. We're actually in our barn. So we're going to fast travel to Thieves' Landing. And that's going to put us really close to the guy that told us to go clear the graveyards. I don't feel like getting run down by you. In case you couldn't tell, even some of the animals in this game are infected. Including some of the horses that you can actually ride. We never end up doing that in speedruns normally, but we actually do use it in Treasure Hunter sometimes. It's a little niche use case where we use it to get into Mexico quicker. So we're gonna use the bed here to warp over to Fort Mercer. Now that we've talked to this guy, skip this cutscene. We're gonna do the same to the guy that told us to go pick flowers. But he's not at Fort Mercer right now. He's actually over here. So we're gonna ride over to him. It's a very short ride. Won't take long. This game makes a lot of use of horses.
Let's go.
And there we go. So that mission gave us phosphorus coating for our bullets, which kills the undead faster. We don't end up using that in this speedrun, but it does get used in 100%. It's actually the fastest way to do Sharpshooter Challenge 3 of all things. You end up using phosphorus rounds, and you tag 5 different heads.
Sorry about that.
Funnily enough, that doesn't work for other challenges in this game. But there are other kinds of cheeses that you can do. My favorite being, there's technically a challenge to get kills with a sniper rifle, and you can do that with meleeing. You can completely cheese it with melee. So this guy wants us to bring him back a zombie later. And we're gonna wait until we get into Mexico for that. But for now, we're gonna head back to Fort Mercer. Unfortunately, a girl went missing, and we have to find where she went and bring her back. But of course, we know where she is. So we're gonna reload the save file. We're gonna go right to Armadillo.
Don't know if I can go back to Warren after this mess.
So, the girl that we're looking for is just down this way. We go down this path, and then there's a fork in the road. We're going to go to the right of the fork, as you'll see in a second. Fork in the road, we're taking the right. So by shooting there instantly, we actually skipped another cutscene.
Oh my God!
And it's unfortunately not possible to skip that one, but that's okay.
Have mercy! What on earth?
Yeah! Climb on.
Oh, she did the fast version that time. So, normally you want to get her right next to the horse and then reload your gun, and she'll get on the horse quicker, but
Thank God you came along.
we managed to skip the animation this time. She did the
Hungry? Even if
backside
you're
mounting
yourself,
animation.
I just wanted to find something to eat.
There ain't no food out here but us right now, man.
As you can see, there's a lot of zombies in here. We're just gonna completely ignore them. They're definitely in the way, but they're not in the way. We can afford to hit a couple of them. They won't throw us off.
What's your name, mister?
John. John Marston.
I've heard that somewhere before. You from around here?
I spent some time down here, but I live in West Elizabeth. I have a small farm up there. My wife and son, they've got the infection.
So,
You're not planning to walk then,
on the
are
way
you?
back to the fort, the guy that we talked to earlier that gave us the phosphorus rounds wanted us to get a part from here
All my life.
for a blunderbuss.
Did you see them pulling at the house like a pack
We get
of
to use a
wolves?
blunderbuss this run.
Smell me in there.
No offense, miss, but they could.
Pick up that part.
Listen, are they alive or dead?
There was a strategy to skip the animation for grabbing the part,
Isn't it?
but it involves using the flying glitch, and unfortunately we can't get the tomahawks that we need to do flying glitch in this run, because doing the town that gives them out
That's the extent of your
would
sin.
add another
I mean,
20 or
all
25 seconds to the run timer. It could theoretically be faster in a tool-assisted speedrun of some kind, but it's not reliable enough tech for RTA. So, now that we've given her back to the fort, we're just gonna head back to Plainview. And we're actually going to take our horse to a train station called Benedict Point. And this is going to be probably one of the longer horse rides in the game, but not the longest one. Not by a long shot. We get to do a bit of off-roading, though. There's so much cool stuff to see in the off-roads in this game.
Wes Dickens.
So, as you can see, we have our new blunderbuss. Now we're going to go over to Solomon's Folly, I think this place was called. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, Solomon's Folly.
Easy.
Normally you want to get off your horse before that cutscene happens, but that's fine. As long as we get there in the end, that's all that matters. So, we're actually going to head out to Scratching Post now, and steal a military uniform from a bunch of deserters. They heard that they were going into Mexico, and probably caught wind that the plague is much worse down there than it is here, and decided, yeah, no thanks. Can't say I blame them.
Looks like you could use a hand.
But the outfit that we need is just in this chest right here. And then we ride right back to Benedict Point. So these guys on the train are struggling. We're gonna give them a little bit of help. And by that, I mean we're going to completely get rid of their worries about the undead. Okay, now we're going to intentionally fail this mission about 4 times. We're gonna do that by throwing undead bait at the train. And for whatever reason, the splash damage of the undead bait actually hurts the soldiers and causes a fail. And now that we've failed 4 times, we're gonna checkpoint skip. Because the train ride is boring, and this is actually one of the few runs where checkpoint skipping adds more skill to the run than doing it the normal way.
Only way I'm getting into Mexico.
Because it adds more inputs that you have to do. Now that we're in Mexico, we're going to ride on these rail lines all the way until we get to a... I think it's called an abbey? It's a monastery type thing. Nuns live there. It's called Las Hermanas. And this is actually the second longest horse ride in the game. On our way there, we're actually going to ride past another town, but not clear it, and this town is called Chuparosa. I probably pronounced those wrong, but they're Spanish names, and I unfortunately don't speak the language. So, I'm sorry to anybody that might have heard me pronounce those words, and probably keyboard palmed right into their desk. We're almost there, though. Right about now, there'd be about 15 minutes left of this run.
Yeah.
So we come over this way, and we're going to shoot at the nun over here, and it's going to hit the zombie that is attacking her, and start the cutscene early. And this is actually the biggest town we end up clearing in the run. This place also has some pretty slow spawns sometimes.
That'll do.
After a certain point with this game, there comes a time where you're mostly fighting against RNG on whether or not a run is fast enough to PB. But there's a whole lot of technical movement skill as well that comes into this run.
Here, take this. I'll try. You ain't no match for me.
Just to speed things up a bit, since I grabbed a rifle earlier, I can give ammo to the survivors in the town, and every time I give them 5 bullets, that's 5 zombies that I don't have to kill myself.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
So as you can see, I just gave 3 survivors. Yeah, stretching it just a little bit. These are very much video game towns, if you will. They're very small. But they have the bare essentials that you'd need. Where's this one? Is it in here? No. Okay, so now that we're done with this town, we're actually going to be coming back here quite a few times.
Thanks be to the Lord.
So, we call the Mother Superior here Sister, and she gets very pressed about it. But she's going to ask us to bring back a more recently turned zombie. And the game's definition of that is very loose. But before we do that, I talked about at Plainview, some guy wanted me to bring him a zombie as well. And we're gonna go get that zombie for him. And at the same time, we're going to do by far one of the most important towns in this run. This is Agave Vallejo. And this place gives me dynamite that we need for a mission called Biography and Lies that you'll be seeing later. For now, we're gonna grab you.
Don't annoy
Put
me.
you on the horse.
Let's go.
And then we're gonna make our way to Plainview. This might be a minute. It's easy to get lost out here, honestly. I've also lost quite a few runs to this river right here. It's very easy to suddenly fall in. Or at least that's what I tell myself whenever I make a mistake that costs me the run. A totally avoidable mistake. Anywho. These bridges are a menace for speedrunners. I remember one time, that fire right there, that I just went out of my way to dodge, I've watched that kill world record speedruns. Some very amazing runs have died on that bridge. Including some of mine, even. Okay, now that we're back at plain view, we give this guy the zombie he wanted, skip these cutscenes. And then we're just gonna reload our save real quick. He really shouldn't have asked me to bring him that zombie. As for this one's actually going to go a lot better. So we're going to come over here. This spawn is actually a guaranteed spawn. Like, things almost always spawn over here. Sometimes to its detriment, because I just got attacked by coyotes twice.
You got two choices. Relax or die. Now stop whining. Come on.
Now that we have her safely secured on the horse, we come over here. Take you off the horse, and this mission that we just did gives us holy water, and this is actually our best way to fail missions in the game.
Yeah. Let's go.
This weapon fails missions so fast. It's a shame we only get to use it once. But speaking of missions, this will be our last graveyard of the run. So I jump over here. And we're not even going to bother with counting the kills at all. It does not much in this area. We're just gonna go in guns blazing, burn the coffins as quickly as possible, and try to get things spawning as quickly as possible. Generally speaking, this is usually the longest graveyard in the run. There's a lot of spawns here. Sometimes they don't always cooperate with you, so just gotta make do with what you get. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. That could have gone worse. As you can see, that is the worst that it could have gone. It's fine. So, as you can see, my horse died there. It really doesn't matter, I just spawned another one. That is the power of horse seeds in this game. The PC port made them so overpowered, your horse can die and you can just have another one in a snap. It's great. A mistake like that used to end runs. That used to be a 60-second time loss guaranteed. So we come over here, and this guy is going to give us our last weapon unlock of the entire run. We're gonna skip this cutscene, and we're just gonna reload the save file real quick. And that is actually faster than what we used to do, which would be to save the game by using the bed itself. We don't do that anymore. Reload the save file again to be put right next to the bed, and we're gonna go back to Las Hermanas one last time. Now, as we're entering this place, we want to call our horse, but not get on the horse. This is very important because if you don't do this, your horse will be stuck at the hitching post, and that will lose you a few seconds. So we reload our save file, and we're gonna travel right over to Chuparosa. And this is going to be the last horse ride of the whole game. So we're just gonna do our best, stay on the horse trail, keep our stamina high. We want to get to Escalera as soon as possible. Hey, Lola. Hope you're doing well. So, that bridge jump is normally completely optional, but doing it saves time over going the long way. So, typically what we'll end up doing is there's a specific spot that you want to jump off of the bridge that will land you on a higher up cliff, and then you just ride down the rest of it. And then, as we approach Escalera, we're gonna ride right through the center of town. Just ride right through the marketplace, up the stairs. Sort of. Normally, the game would be running at 30 FPS, but on PC we play it at Ideally 90, because that's the most stable frame rate to play the game. So we're just gonna insta-kill that guy, skip the cutscene, and then we're gonna get into the catacombs as soon as possible.
I sure hope you're right. I always told my son, never go into dark places.
And this is what we have the holy water for. We're gonna throw it at this lady, and that's going to cause a mission fail. So we're just gonna do that a handful more times.
Looks nice in here.
We are doomed to never peace wounds have been here for centuries. They should not have been disturbed.
Normally that's faster.
Take the mask back to its tomb.
I always told my son, never go into dark places with strangers.
The mask must be returned to its owner.
Looks nice in here.
We are doomed to never these tombs have been here for centuries. They should not have been disturbed.
I'm just gonna skip this checkpoint, and this is the last point of the game where we normally play. And we're going to shoot in a sort of specific order, but also not really, because it depends on the spawns we get.
Christ, that was close. Good thing I got down here when I did.
Chuck a boom bait over there to lure some zombies over.
Come on! Come on!
We must end this now.
And that is time.
Mask.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure.
GG's, great run.
How do you know?
My name is
GG, everyone.
Ayatollah.
All right, thank you very much for that run. And where would people be able to find you?
You can find me on YouTube under the name Void Delphox. I upload a lot of Undead Nightmare content, as well as a bit of VR chat content here and there. Mostly speedrunning.
Awesome. That's it for this run. We are going to go to a break screen, and we'll be setting up for the next run.